Hello explorers and welcome back. Let's take a trip back in time. The year is 1944. World War II rages across Europe. Amidst the deafening roar of artillery and the chilling cries of soldiers, a secret unit operates in the shadows. They are the Ghost Army, warriors of deception, masters of illusion. Their battlefield is not one of bullets and bombs, but of inflatable tanks, phony radio chatter and elaborate ruses. These phantom soldiers, armed with wit and creativity, cast a strategic web of deceit, diverting enemy attention and resources, ultimately saving countless Allied lives. Their story, shrouded in secrecy for decades, reads like a fictional thriller, yet it is the extraordinary ingenuity and courage of these unconventional warriors. Imagine, if you will, a battlefield where nothing is as it seems. A seemingly formidable armoured division materialises out of thin air, only to vanish hours later. Radio waves crackle with the sounds of troop movements, yet no soldiers are present. The enemy, confused and misled, falls prey to an invisible enemy, their every move anticipated and countered. This was the reality crafted by the Ghost Army. They were artists, architects and sound engineers. Their weapons of choice inflatable tanks, sound effects records and fake radio transmissions. They were the ultimate illusionists, transforming the battleground into a stage for their elaborate deceptions. The 23rd Headquarters Special Troops, the official designation for this unique unit, was activated in early 1944. Comprised of over 1,100 men, it was a diverse group of artists, designers, sound technicians and radio operators, all hand-picked for their creativity and ingenuity. Their mission to impersonate real American units, creating a phantom army capable of deceiving the enemy. Training was rigorous and imaginative. Soldiers learned to mimic the sounds of tank columns and troop movements, using recordings and elaborate sound systems. They crafted inflatable tanks and artillery pieces, painstakingly painted to resemble the real thing. Radio operators mastered the art of mimicking actual military traffic, creating a convincing illusion of troop deployments. Every detail, from the insignia on their uniforms to the markings on their vehicles, was meticulously crafted to maintain the illusion. They were masters of disguise, capable of transforming themselves into any unit at a moment's notice. Their lives depended on their ability to convince the enemy that they were a real fighting force. The Ghost Army's operations were shrouded in secrecy, even amongst Allied forces. Their movements were often masked, their true objectives hidden from all but a select few. Their very existence was a tightly guarded secret, known only to high-ranking officers and those directly involved. One of the Ghost Army's most notable performances unfolded in September 1944 during the fierce battle for Brest, France. Tasked with drawing German forces away from the heavily fortified city, they launched Operation Bettemberg, a masterpiece of sonic deception. Utilizing powerful amplifiers and strategically placed speakers, they saturated the airwaves with the sounds of a massive armored division on the move. The rumble of tank engines, the clang of tracks, the chatter of soldiers, all meticulously orchestrated to create the illusion of a formidable force approaching the German lines. The deception was flawless. German reconnaissance units, fooled by the auditory onslaught, reported a significant American force advancing towards their position. Fearful of being outflanked, the German commander diverted a panzer division to counter the phantom threat. The impact was immediate and decisive. The diversion allowed American forces to tighten their grip on Brest, ultimately leading to the city's liberation. Operation Bettemberg showcased the Ghost Army's ability to manipulate enemy perceptions, turning sound itself into a weapon of war. As Allied forces pushed deeper into Germany, the Ghost Army continued to operate with daring and ingenuity. In the fall of 1944, they were deployed to the heavily fortified Siegfried Line, tasked with facilitating the crossing of the Rhine River. Their objective convinced the Germans that the main Allied assault would come at a specific location, drawing enemy troops away from the actual crossing points. To achieve this, they created a phantom army of unprecedented scale, complete with inflatable tanks, dummy artillery positions, and simulated radio traffic. For days, the illusion held firm. German reconnaissance aircraft reported significant American troop concentrations, while radio intercepts painted a picture of an imminent attack. The German High Command, convinced that a major offensive was underway, diverted troops and resources to counter the phantom threat. The Ghost Army's deception proved crucial in allowing Allied forces to cross the Rhine with minimal casualties. Their Phantom Army had bought precious time and resources, paving the way for the final push into the heart of Germany. The Ghost Army's ability to seamlessly blend into the battlefield was crucial to their success. One anecdote tells of a Ghost Army patrol that stumbled upon a German patrol. Thinking quickly, they pretended to be part of a German supply convoy, even managing to convince the enemy soldiers to help them push a broken-down truck. They later drove away, leaving the bewildered Germans none the wiser. They became adept at spreading rumors and disinformation, often planting false information through captured German soldiers or sympathetic civilians. Their ability to manipulate information, coupled with their visual and auditory illusions, made them a formidable force multiplier on the battlefield. These were not ordinary soldiers. As the war in Europe drew to a close, the Ghost Army quietly disbanded, their exploits remaining classified for decades. The soldiers, sworn to secrecy, returned to civilian life, their wartime contributions largely unknown to the public. It was not until the declassification of their records in the 1990s that the full extent of their bravery and ingenuity came to light. Their story serves as a reminder that wars are not only won on the front lines, but also in the minds of the enemy. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the past. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating stories from history. Until next time, keep exploring.